Yo, you guys see me okay? Sorry about that. I'm driving and I stopped it at
I'm driving
look, my phone's
and
going.
I stopped.
Anyway, I'm at a McDonald's right now, but I was like, how fun would it be to go through the McDonald's drive-through with you guys? That might be kind of fun. But I was trying to get this connected and I was on Safari instead of on Google Chrome, and it did not like that. But here we are. So I'm going to keep this one shorter than an hour, just because I have a lot of things I need to go do. But how was your guys' Thanksgiving? I talked to small people earlier when I premiered the other bike video, and Aiden told me he ate a bunch of pie. What's up, Isaac? I have a whole pumpkin pie somewhere in here. I could eat it, but nobody wants to watch me eat pie. Yeah, this Thanksgiving was a little different, huh? Did you guys, anyone ride your bike? Asher was in here in the live last week asking me about the Sunday Soundwave, and it looks like he got that Sunday Soundwave bike, which is $1,000 some, but got the quality on that bike is absolutely insane. It's got, like we were just talking about it in the chat, that full chromoly, the frame forks, bars, and cranks, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think all four of those have a lifetime warranty on it, which is crazy for a complete bike. I'm tying my shoes. Yeah, look, Asher says it's awesome. He put a video on his channel. If you guys go check out Asher Berg, it's a little video with him doing a bunch of grinds and stuff on his new bike. Looks like he has a good handful of street spots over there also. So, all right, let's see. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and just pop them in the chat. If you think I should go through McDonald's and get like an ice cream cone, their machine's probably broken, but maybe I'll do that in like, halfway through the video. Maybe I'll get hungry. Let's see. He went a whole day without breaking it. That's awesome. Elias is back. Salvador Blanco, Jacob, two Jacobs. We got two Jacobs in here. Isaac, two Isaacs? No, same Isaac. So the pedals are right here, actually, on my bike. I stuffed my bike in the back seat. Let's see. So I think I ride the Odyssey PC, not the Twisted. I can't even actually remember what they're called, but they're plastic pedals, but they have metal pins through them. And the reason I got those is that I ride these Nike shoes. Look, I just took them off. You guys, you can't even see it. Hold on. You see this grip? So I ride these Nike shoes, and I get them because they're really comfy and the sole's nice with the padding, but they do not grip at all. So I had just normal Odyssey Twisted pedals, the plastic ones, and my feet kept slipping off. I did a tabletop over a box jump, and my front foot slipped off all the way, and then I crashed. So like immediately after that, I went and I grabbed my wallet. I went to the bike shop that was at the indoor skate park, and I bought whatever pedals they had that were not plastic. So I've been rocking these for over a year, and they're actually really good, but I wear shin guards, and if I didn't wear shin guards, I would rip apart my shin all the time. So anyway, so yeah, those are the pedals I ride. Isaac. What's up, Lucas? Lucas got a shout out in one of the videos I just did. I have a lot of fun doing those bike comparisons I've been doing. And then whoever recommends one, I can write their name on the whiteboard and give them a shout out with it. So that's a lot of fun. Let's see. Jacob says, Jacob, I got to call you out since I follow you on Instagram. I saw, God, it was some pro's post. And like you commented on it on one account and then you commented on it on a second account. And I was like, oh, dang, this guy's sneaky. I wonder, my grandma said she was going to watch my live. I wonder if she's watching it right now. Anyway, if she is, say hi. Hi, Doug's grandma. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the Thunderbolt cranks? As I think they're 2.5 piece, if I remember off the top of my head without even looking them up. I'm gonna look them up just to double check. But anything that comes with a lifetime warranty, like the Thunderbolt cranks, are going to be one, you can't go wrong buying it just because if they do break for some crazy reason, you're going to go ahead and get a warranty out of it. So that right there is a win-win, right? Like that's a no-brainer. But the two piece, they have like a tensioning deal, so you only have to tighten one side and it pulls everything together nice and snug. And then they're also got that 4130 processed chromoly. So that's their way of like heat treating it and making sure that it's just a little stiffer and stronger. I've been reviewing a lot of Sunday's complete or Sunday's aftermarket frames, and the things they do on one of the frames, they did like a smitered top tube, which is where they cut the top tube so that it fits absolutely perfect on the head tube. And most companies, they have the straight tube, they slap it together, and then they weld it. And this is okay, but it doesn't get a perfect fit. So Sunday, the reason I'm going off on that tangent is that Sunday puts little things like that into everything they make. And that's what makes them such an expensive, but also such a high quality thing. Because I know for some people, they're just getting their first bike. And if I bought a bike for $400 and I wanted to buy some cranks and I saw these Thunderbolt cranks for $200, that's half the price of my new bike, right? I'd be like, no way. But you got to understand that these things are designed to drop off, like to 360 off a 10 stair and to not break. So when you think about that, you're like, oh, that's kind of worth it. But they do put a lot of stuff in. The only issue with these cranks is they're pretty heavy. So if you're a weight weenie, keep that in mind. Caden says, no. Bro, I hear the lady, the McDonald's box is right there. They're talking, and I hear, and it sounds like a cat. Yeah, you're welcome for the shout out, Lucas. Jacob was pumped. Oh yeah, it was the BMX game. You guys, has anyone played that? What's the most recent one? So I played Pumped, I think 1 and 2, and then anything after that I haven't played. But they're working on, what is it? Flow? Is it Flow? I don't know. It's the fact that we don't have a really good BMX game right now. Like the PS5 just came out, and the fact that we don't have a super high quality BMX game makes me honestly angry, because we should be able to chill, play our PS5 and play BMX games. But maybe one day, if I make enough money, I'll design a game for you guys. Yeah, Trail Boss is the newest. Okay, so I didn't even play Trail Boss, but it looks kind of fun. It looks hard, honestly. Salvador, how is Japan, my guy? Jacob says, what gyro kit would you recommend? I don't know if Jacob, you might have been the one that messaged me on Instagram asking about the Odyssey G3 gyro kit with a Colt gateway. And this was one of the main questions. Okay, so this was the main thing I wanted to talk about. I've only run a gyro a handful of times, and I never did too much with it. So with that being said, I don't know a whole lot. I'm feeling my frame right now. So there's two little tabs or little holes in the side of your frame. A lot of you guys might look and you'll see the holes by your head tube. So those are gyro holes essentially, and they're drilled perfectly so that you can put gyro tabs on both sides, and then have those on there so that you can run a gyro. Then you have your top plate and your detangler, and the bottom cable screws into those gyro tabs. The cable stretches up to the detangler, and then it comes the same coming down from the handle. The problem is, one, some bikes don't have gyro holes, so you can't put gyro tabs on them. And then two, the bikes that, so in this specific instance, the gateway has an integrated headset, meaning that the cups that the bearings sit in are built into the frame. So they're welded on, or the head tube comes that way, however. And then there's pressed head tubes, where the head tube's just a cylinder and a cup with bearings get pressed into them. And now with a pressed head tube, you can get a piece that sits under that pressed bearing. So it goes in between the head tube and the pressed bearing, and it drops down, and it gives you a spot that's going to be a lot like the gyro tabs for the frames that don't have a gyro tab. Now, the Gateway doesn't have gyro holes and it's integrated. So neither way is going to work. And what I suggested to Jacob is that you can get a tap and die set. You'd have to do a lot of research to figure out what size that bolt is. And if you guys like, I used to work in a mechanic shop, and if you strip a bolt or you strip anything like that, you have to get out the tap and die set. And the way it works is that one, you're going to drill a hole smaller than the one you want to tap. You need to drill 2 holes on each side, smaller than the one you want to tap. And then you get your tap. And what that does is when you thread it in, is it creates the threads that the gyro tab bolt is going to bolt into. The problem here is if you thread it in crooked, you screw the whole thing up. If you don't thread it in like with the right size, you screw the whole thing up. And it's a really, really tough process to do right. So I said, one, he could do that. I don't know, maybe your dad has a lot of tools and can help you out. The other thing is you'd want to take it to a machine shop where they have like maybe a mechanic shop, but a machine shop specifically where they do a lot of pipe fitting, like things like that. Because if you could try a bike shop and maybe they can do it. I'm honestly not sure. I feel like a lot of them aren't that mechanically inclined. So your best bet would just be call around and say, hey, I need some gyro holes drilled in my frame. Can you guys do that? And if they can, I mean, go for it. I feel like the shop that I worked at, we would have done it, but we'd charge probably like 75 to 80 bucks to do it, that's a lot of money. But I'm sure you could find a lot of forums like on Pink Bike of people talking about how to drill gyro tabs. It's a really technical thing and it's tough. Like the best bet when I do my bike reviews now on the website, I include a check mark if they have gyro holes, and if they don't, then I include a red X, because a lot of people get a bike thinking they can put a gyro on later, and then they find out that it's a lot bigger of a process. So yeah, but have you tried to ride brakeless? I mean, maybe you'd like that. It'll take you 3 months to get used to. I mean, of course, if your parents let you, make sure your parents will let you do it. Because my mom wouldn't let me ride brakeless for a long time when I was starting out. Do I carry a tool bag on my bike? No tool bag. I have a whole giant tool set in my car, but no, I don't carry a little tool bag. With that Soundwave, Asher, you probably wouldn't have any big issues of things like you needing to adjust things. A lot of things that happen on lower end bikes is like the bars slipping forward or back. I'm sure a lot of you guys had that happen. And so then it's handy to have like a 6 Allen key to move your bars back. What is it? I can't think of the company, but they have that little bag that goes below your seat and your top tube. I can't remember what it's called, but something like that would be fine, especially if you're just riding around doing street stuff. But for me, I always have my car, and I always have tools in my car, so I don't need anything like that. Or yeah, FTL. You could get a little 6mm Allen key, keep it in your pocket, and so I have a friend that keeps it in his wallet. Yeah, Brandon's my brother, and come eat with you. I had to go to McDonald's looking in the drive-thru doing this little live, but that's funny. So, but anyway, everything on your bike is generally a 6mm. So just having that is going to solve 99.9% of your problems. Maybe you want your tool bag to keep some snackies in there. I think, what's up, Buck? I'd keep granola bars in my tool bag, and that's it. So that's because I'm fat. Let's see. Jacob, what do I think about the Doomsayer frame? I haven't even reviewed it or looked at it. I can look at it right now, but it seems like it's a super popular one. Today I was working on the Fit mixtape frame, and Doomsayer. I was looking at the Fit mixtape frame. It seemed kind of cool. One thing actually, that mixtape frame, you guys, if you get like Brad Sims colorway, he hand signs every sticker on there. So there's a mixtape graphic on the frame, and then it's hand signed by the rider of their signature color. And I thought, dang, that's really cool that they did that, because it's like you get their autograph when you buy their frame. So We the People, hands down, has one of the best websites in BMX. They do so good with their website. Who's asking the Doomsayer? Is it Jacob? You'd rather buy new shoes and yeah, that's another thing, Lucas. With those brakes, you can get clear brake pads, and theoretically, it doesn't do anything to it. If you're Jacob, if you're asking about the tool set, it'll be like a tap and die set. Here, I'll send one over here. Look, there's one at Harbor Freight for $40, but you'll need, I think, a drill to drill the little holes. It wants to know my. Oh my god! Did anyone go to Walmart for Black Friday? I was there earlier, and it was popping. It was insane. Oh, look, here's a tap and die set from Amazon. I'll send the link in here and you can check that out. But like I said, dude, do a lot of research and make sure that you don't screw it up, because it's a pain. Jesus. If I copy the link, it's too long to post in a comment. Maybe this one's good. Ew. There you go. So anything from that link will probably get the job done. Cult Control or Kink Whip? SL is asking if the Cult Control is better than the Kink Whip. The Kink Whip, hands down. I bet there's someone in here right now that got the Kink Whip. The Kink Whip is super good, especially for the price, because it has full chromoly, it has double wall rims and sealed bearings, like everything you need. I classify it as a mid-level bike, meaning it can withstand to like 360s, bar spins, even tail whips. But Jacob has the whip. What do you think, Jacob? Is it a good bike? Asher did online shopping. Which bike, Asher, what company did you order your Soundwave from? Because I know a lot of them were out of stock. Lucas, what'd you end up buying from Harvester? You get anything good? Yeah, Source is pretty solid. I'm mad at them, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to go off on that tangent. Good company. I met one of the guys that works there when I was in England last year. And dude, this guy, so he just works there, right? He's not super pro, but he's one of the best riders I've ever ridden with. It's absolutely insane. Jacob has the whip. Buck, I just got home to California yesterday and rode in a park for the first time today. Looks way easier in all these videos though. Buck, what part of California? I'm going over there soon, and I heard LA County is on lockdown, meaning last time they did a lockdown, they closed all the skate parks. All right. This is good advice from Jacob. on the kink whip. Frame and bars are great. Good. Front wheel sucked. What happened with did the front wheel bend or what? Cranks were garbage and forks cracked. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. So for under 500, it comes with those quality parts, but Jacob's obviously shredding too hard and needs a better bike. Yeah, okay. That's how it was. I got my first complete bike. Jacob was like, my parents got me one. I think it was probably $300 for my birthday, and it lasted me a few months. And then I bent the bars, so I got new bars. I wanted a good 25.9, so I got a conversion kit. And then I bought a new, I think I bought a Eastern Trail Digger, and it was tri-molly frame. And then the back end bent, and the front tubes cracked off there. And then I eventually got a Black Eye Colorado. And then after I broke that one, I just started upgrading the pieces as they broke. And so in about a year or so, I had a fully custom bike. And then since then, it's just been like buying and replacing parts every time that it happens. Um, Blake says, come to Riverside County. Riverside, that's where Stacked is, huh? But yeah, I mean, same for all of you guys that are, if you get a complete bike, it's a whole different, the quality level. So when you look at like those $200 cranks or a $400 frame just by itself, that cost more than a complete bike, it's because they do all these different things like flash welding, heat treated chromoly, internal gussets or normal gussets. And the whole aspect there is that you start out on that bike, you learn better tricks, you progress, and as things break, you start to replace them with higher quality parts that ultimately last longer. And that's just the wonderful world of BMX. So Buck says, any tips or YouTube vids to get started riding in the park? I want to learn to air out. Buck. So it's like a secret project I'm working on that some of you guys probably know about. But so it's like I started doing BMX school, and my goal was that in a year I'd have a bunch of how-to videos that help you guys out as a beginner, help you learn core fundamentals like dropping in, airing a quarter, pumping, your stance, all that stuff. And then like ultimately helped you progress to learning tail whips and those bigger tricks. But for me to actually get it done in time, it's not going to happen. So I have a good friend that we're going to work together on it. I have car on. I have my car off, my lights on. But anyway, we're going to work together, and I'm not going to tell you too much, but in like soon, Buck, I'll be talking more about it, and it'll have literally everything that you need to progress, like as a street rider or a park rider, or dirt rider, whatever. And we're putting a lot of work into it, but I'm so excited to get you guys in and help you guys progress. It's gonna be fun. But Isaac says, tonight I'm going to get new grips, pedals, and a new seat. All right, Isaac, what is the colors you're choosing? Because I'm sure all these things are going to be like the same color. I've had so many different colored bikes. Right now my bike's black and red, and I love it. But I want to do some like lime green and copy my friend, but don't tell him. Jacob lives in Huntington. I think I'm going to go to San Diego for a day, Jacob. Claremont, right? Is Claremont in San Diego County? Is that what you said? Huntington. Wait, Huntington's not in San Diego. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Isaac, where are you from? Dude, by this time when I used to live in Montana, they'd be absolutely covered. And I noticed whenever the skate parks got covered in snow, I got like depressed. It was a sad time. Jacob bent the axle. I mean, SL, you're low key stressing on what bike to get. And the biggest thing is either, so I say the kink whip because the full chromoly, double wall wheels, and the sealed bearings. But if you're, it's going to be the same quality, if not better than the control, because the control has tri-moly. So like Jacob said, the frame on the whip has been really good for him so far. He's also probably had it more than 6 months. But the control's going to have a high tensile steel back end. So when you start to learn spins, tire taps, tail whips, it's going to bend over time. And it's better off just to get a full chromoly frame because that's your base. Oh, you've had it for 2 years? Okay, so all those things breaking, that's going to happen honestly in like eight months to a year. Especially, I follow Jacob on Instagram, and he's definitely a mid-level rider, so that's going to happen. SL, if you're just starting out, like the whip is going to last you a lot longer than the control. But Colt is a really good brand. But what I was saying with the frame is like the frame's your base. And so if you buy a complete bike with a better quality frame, you can add on parts later and just build it up and progress it, or yeah, build it into whatever you want it to be. Whereas if you buy a complete bike with a weaker frame, you're going to start building up your bike and you're going to have a bad foundation. So when your frame breaks, you're like, that's an expensive thing to upgrade. And two, it kind of messes up the whole build of the bike, puts different stress where it shouldn't be. Buck is from Sacramento, but sometimes he works in Orange County. Had to jump the fence. Oh my God. Everything's closed, but it's fine. Oh, you jumped the fence to ride. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Sacramento's up north, huh? I've never been to Northern California. Jacob's. Oh, all Jacob needs is the stem and the frame, and it'll be fully custom. Are you looking at the Doomsayer frame? Is that why you're asking about it? Ronald or Blake says I need to go to Ronald Reagan Skate Park. Um, Blake, if you message me on Instagram, like either Dougster Bob or my main account, you message me and I'll let you know. Maybe we can ride. If anyone, also I'll be like in Phoenix on Sunday. If anyone hears from Phoenix area, we can ride bikes. I love Chandler. That's my favorite park. Jacob, when you come to California, you should come to Epic BC. What's that? Oh, Epic BMX. Duh. Wait, are you guys riding in Huntington? I was just there. Yeah, I'm not riding in Huntington. I'm going to be over to San Diego probably for a day, and I'll be up like Lancaster area, if you guys know where that is, for the project. All black green hubs. Alberta, Canada. That's crazy, Isaac. What do you guys Canadians think about everything that's going on in America? I know we're the drama central, I think. Or maybe you guys don't even talk about America, like I don't know. I wonder, Jacob, if Epic BMX will let me come hang out with them and take some videos of their bikes. And wait, I gotta reply, Brandon. Um, if they'll let me come over and take some videos of the bikes, because what I really need on my bike reviews is like high quality pictures and videos of the different bikes. And I need a bike shop. Where I'm at in Las Cruces, I don't have any bike shops, and they won't, like, the ones that I can get to are like an hour and a half away. And I want to find some different bike shops that'll let me work with them on my videos. Like I'll give them shout outs and stuff, but Blake just learned 180s and bar spins. Dude, that's sick. It took me 2 years to learn bar spins. I'd throw it and catch it, and then I'd never put my other hand back on. Bar spins, I hate bar spins. Asher's asking, what tires do I ride? Um, I live by Demolition Momentums. Here, I'm gonna put the link over here, because here's the thing. They're not folding tires. Like I saw Lucas said Maxxis Grifters, and those are insane tires. They grip really good. They have high PSI, and I'm pretty sure they're Kevlar, so they're going to be really strong. But I ride the Momentums because they're half the price of the Grifters. They grip pretty decent, but they're also insanely light. Those are the tires I ride. But yeah, they're super light. And like if you guys watch the video I put out about does the weight matter, I talked about rotational weight. And so the tires were like, that's a big thing, because 2 tires, you save 10 ounces a tire, that's a pound and a half. And that really makes a big difference on learning spins, learning bar spins, learning tail whips, and all those tricks. But yeah, Grifters are really good. If you have the money, Grifters are super solid because they grip no matter what. If you're poor like me, Momentum tires, 10 out of 10. The Swifty shirt, Buck, they sent it to me. They sent me a whole package with a bunch of shirts and a sweater, a tank top. Yeah, no, check it out. Here, I'll send their link. I reached out to Scott. He's the guy that owns it. And the company is really cool because their whole brand is based on like progressing yourself and exploring, and just it's like a really cool lifestyle company. And so I told them what I wanted to do with my website and stuff, and I said, yeah, hey man, let's work together. So they send me some stuff, and I want to do a video series with them, and it's a lot of fun. But the whole brand is super sick, and this is my favorite sweatshirt to ride in. It's finally getting cold right now, so I had to put this on. Jacob says, how do you not go insane when you're not able to? Oh yeah, Jacob, it's your knee, right? Jacob hurt his knee, I think, if I remember right. And he's off the bike for a while. And that's something that as you guys progress, you're gonna run into a lot. Is I don't know, for me when I started riding, it was a way for me to get out, be by myself, and like clear my own head. And like whatever you have going on in your life, you could always hop on your bike and get away from it, right? And so I think for BMX, that's what it is for a lot of us. And when you hurt yourself, or when you're in Montana, like I mentioned, when I was in Montana and it snowed, I'd get depressed. It's because we don't have anything to focus on and to pull our head away from whatever we need to get away from. So a lot of things that helped me is starting my website was a product of me not being able to ride in Montana, is because I just had to find things that helped me progress as a person. When you learn a new trick, you're progressing, like your ability to learn, your ability to do stuff, and it's just a good feeling. And a lot of us need that, and without it, you just kind of decline like throughout life, and that's no fun. So find a hobby that you can learn. So BMX, obviously, when you're hurt, you can't do it. So you need to find something like, I don't know what it is. It's different for everybody, but something you enjoy. I don't watch TV. I get too addicted to play video games, so I haven't played video games in a long time, because those things, they keep you entertained and distracted, but they don't actually pull your head out of like your reality. If that makes any sense, it doesn't do the same as like getting good at something does. I hope that makes sense. So you need to find something that you enjoy that progresses you as a person. There's way better ways to say it, and I can't think of the right words, but I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. It sucks, honestly, man. It's not very fun being hurt or whatever. Dang, you said somewhere on here, Lucas said he's got way too many injuries. Took Blake 2 weeks to learn bar spins. Not very often, but every now and then he can land it. Yeah, Blake, what's the secret? That's crazy. Good job, man. Happy for you. Lucas says, I got them on sale for $20. Oh, the grifters. $20 I think is like probably 40 USD maybe. Your guys' money is funny. I don't know why it's so much more expensive than ours. I'm gonna check because 20 US dollars for grifters. Wait, what? It says it's only 15. Okay, never mind. That's a crazy good deal. Wow. You should have bought a couple extra ones and sent them over to me, Lucas. Blake needs friends that ride bikes. Oh wait, Blake has friends that ride bikes. Buck needs friends that have bikes. Buck, I think if you just keep riding and progressing, you'll inspire people to ride. That's how I got into it. I went to a softball game with my mom and I saw this guy on this really colorful bike. Like he had yellow handlebars, pink frame, green forks, white tire in the front, red tire in the back. And I was like, what is he doing? It looked like a circus bike or something, right? And then he did a grind on a handrail without any pegs. And I said, this is crazy. So it was from that moment that I wanted a bike and I wanted to start riding. And it's crazy to think about how many impressions that like I've had on a kid that were similar to that and got them into BMX, or how many impressions you guys have had just riding your bike around town. Somebody in the car with a kid sees you and that kid's like instantly triggered on BMX. And that's something, that's how we grow the sport, right? That's one of my big goals with what I'm doing here. And you guys just keep doing that, keep inspiring people to ride. Eventually 2 years they'll show up at the park with a bike and tell you that you inspired them and you'll be like, oh, sick. It's a good feeling. I have a friend here in Cruces that didn't really ride. He kind of just hung out at the park when I was here in high school. And then I moved away to Montana and he got a bike because of me and like progressed. He learned 3 whips and he got super good. And so now I'm back here in town and like we get to ride together, even though he's 4 or 5 years younger than me. It's crazy because he tells me like how much he looked up to me, and it's a good feeling. So if you guys keep at it, that'll happen for you. And honestly, it's nice. Hold up, I'm gonna make Lucas a moderator because I always see him in here. Join the moderator club with Buck and Jacob. And so the reason all these guys are moderators is because they come to like my premieres when I premiere a video, and every video I post now I premiere it, sometimes for early in the morning, sometimes a little later. And then I just like to hang out in the comments and get to know you guys and chit chat with you. So usually the ones that are in there, I just make moderator just because I really appreciate the support. I think, dude, the channel, I got like over 100 subs today. It's growing stupid fast. And honestly, I couldn't do it without you guys. You guys are so sick. Always like commenting, always hyping me up and hanging out with me in the lives. We're almost to 1,500 subs. And like last week, I think I just barely hit 1,000. And really, though, you guys, it's because of you, and I super appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Jacob fractured his patella, and I don't know what that is. It sounds like an ice cream, a flavor of ice cream, but it's probably not. I think it's in your leg. Dude, that sucks. One of my friends, if you guys saw the TikTok, he did a big 360 to flat, and what he fractured, no, he dislocated his knee. He dislocated it, and then he went to the hospital and had a blood clot, and they had to like he's just that dislocation, he's off the bike for like 9 months, and it's crazy. I always check in on him as much as I can, not as much as all the El Paso homies, but you got to make sure your homies are okay, because like we talked about that mental battle. Yeah, that's tough. Oh, here's Blake's advice, guys. Blake is going to tell you how to learn bars. To learn bars, he'd stand on his back peg and do a pull-up bar. Then he moved to doing pull-up bars on his pedals, and then just sent bars flat in the grass. I never learned pull-up bars, and that's probably honestly why it took me so long to learn bars. So honestly, guys, try that in the next live next week. Let us know if it works. Jacob, Buck, Salvador, You guys are going to have to let me know next week if that advice worked for you. I hope you all learn bar spins. It's 7:05. My brother is going to be mad at me. I wonder if he's still watching. We're going to go eat. I'm going to answer the rest of these questions. And then if you guys follow Hugster Bob on Instagram, I don't promote it much, but I think I'm almost to 100 followers. I'll follow you guys back. Oh yeah, we're at 90 followers. I'll follow you guys back, and I'm going to just post a lot more like personal stories of me when I'm traveling or riding or whatever it may be. So I'll keep a lookout. If anyone follows, I will get you guys back. Lucas says, when I can't ride, I switch my parts around on my bike and paint my cranks. That's a fun project to do. I know a lot of people that they rip their bike apart, they strip it down completely, and then go buy a couple cans of spray paint and just paint it. I hate painting stuff, so I don't ever do that, but some people think it's a lot of fun. All right, Salvador Blanco, everything good here in Japan. I'm from Mexico. I was an exchange student for one semester at NMSU. I didn't go to any skate parks in Las Cruces since I haven't even started BMX. On 2 school trips, I did go to the desert for biking. The scenery was beyond amazing. That little town's in my heart. You're still waiting for the Kink Williams. You're gonna love the Williams, man. That's so wild. So Salvador went as an exchange student from Mexico and went to the college of the town that I currently live in. And dude, small world. That's so crazy. The skate park is absolutely terrible. So you didn't miss very much. Trey, is the Colt Control Raw a good bike? 1 out of 10, I ride street. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if we consider the Sunday Soundwave as a 10 and a Walmart complete bike as a 1, I'd say the controls anywhere from like I'd give it a 4, because it has higher quality parts, way higher quality than the Walmart bike, but it doesn't have the full chromoly frame. Colt overall is a good brand, and the Colt Vans tires are super amazing for street, but in a park they slip out a lot, so keep that in mind. Yeah, Isaac corrected me about the Canadian dollars. What's up, Aiden? Aiden was hanging out with me in the premiere. It's raining so much for Lucas that he can't ride. All he does is watch YouTube now. Good. Keep watching YouTube. I think that's why my YouTube's been growing more, is because right now in that winter season, everyone got into BMX for the summer, and then they're just kind of hanging out watching BMX stuff. No, I do not want to skimboard in the puddles. Maybe Aiden does. My nose hairs are tickling my nose. That's why I keep touching it. Pull-up bars are fun. All right, it looks good. Blake just followed me on Insta. You're sick. Chico's tacos are amazing. Salvador, that's funny. So yeah, if you guys reach out on Instagram, because I'll be in California soon, and I think a lot of you guys are from that area. We can ride with our masks on, 6 feet, you know, all that good stuff. Promote the socially distancing, and yeah. Let's see, guys. Aiden lives in California. If you're in like LAS, San Diego area, Aiden, let's ride some bikes. Guys, go to my most recent video and let me know what 2 bikes I should compare next, or maybe even I'll start comparing different parts. So like we could look at the Doomsayer frame versus the Fit Mixtape frame. I need a lot of ideas. I won't be filming anything for YouTube for the next couple weeks, but let's see. We'll get back to it as soon as I'm back home. And yeah, let's see. Lucas, I have a friend from a video game that's in, where is he in? Like Montreal, I think. That's the other side of Canada. But I really want to get up to Canada. Where in Arizona, Blake? I'm going to Phoenix tomorrow. All right, anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me in my car in the McDonald's parking lot. I had so much fun. Are you at my brother's somewhere? Brandon, if you're at Pablo's, just get me that burger that Emily posted. If you're at McDonald's, I'll find you and go say what's up. But anyway, guys, once again, I super appreciate all the support. Reach out on Instagram if you guys have any questions about BMX, and we'll see you next week in the live. Thank you so much. Peace.